Hey boys and girls, it's Phil Harrison with Campus Insiders again. Today's Friday, and once again we want to get you ready for Big Ten football action by going through the Big Ten predictions of the games this weekend. There's 3 teams on a bye this weekend. We've got Ohio State, Northwestern, and Michigan State all on a bye. And we have the other teams, 9 of them, in action because Wisconsin is actually traveling out of conference, or actually BYU is coming to their place to play them. So let's get started here. The first game is Penn State at Minnesota at noon. Penn State brings in probably the freshman of the year, Christian Hackenberg. He's going to be looking to throw the ball, the Big Ten stop passing attack. And you've got Minnesota, who is, quite frankly, on a roll right now. They've won 3 straight, really seem to be rallying around Jerry Kill and kind of clicking on all cylinders. Unfortunately for Penn State, they have not won a game away from home yet. They've been a totally different team away from Happy Valley. And I see this one kind of being the same way. Minnesota playing well, playing with a lot of heart. I like Minnesota in this one because Penn State's inability behind a freshman quarterback to really put things together on the road. I've got Minnesota in this one. Close game, 24-20. Moving on, another noon game. We've got Iowa at Purdue. What else can be said about Purdue? Unfortunately, they're having a season to forget, quite honestly. Just trying to have a transition year. Darrell Hazel is trying to change the culture there. Iowa is trying to get bowl eligible. Iowa is going to come in and probably have no problem establishing the run in their play-action passing game against a Purdue defense that has not been good at all, especially here lately. I like Iowa in this one pretty big. Got them 28-6. We got 3:30 games also on Saturday. The first one is Illinois at Indiana. Well chronicled, Illinois is on an 18-game conference losing streak. I'm sure they're ready to get it over with. You like their chances going in to move the ball on Indiana's defense because Indiana gives up points and yards. They always have under Kevin Wilson. But you also know Indiana's at home. Indiana is going to have no problem scoring a lot of points as well. Unfortunately, this one, I believe, for Illinois is going to continue another slide into 19 because Indiana's at home and they do play much better at home. I like Indiana in this game. High scoring affair again, of course, 45-39, as most games tend to go in Bloomington these days. But you can bet it's probably going to be exciting because that also seems to be the way things go in Bloomington. Okay, Nebraska at Michigan is the next 3:30 game. Pretty big game in the Big Ten. You got Michigan, who is reeling, no doubt, from their poor performance last week against Michigan State, looking to try and stay in the mix still in the Legends Division. Although they're 2 games behind Michigan State, it's going to be tough to do. Nebraska, believe it or not, still controls their own destiny still, but they do have a tough schedule ahead of them. The problem for Nebraska is Taylor Martinez is out of the game again, unless there's a miraculous recovery here over the next couple of days. So they're starting a freshman quarterback. You can bet your bottom dollar Michigan's going to bring a lot of pressure on the freshman quarterback. Because of that reason, going to the big house, Nebraska's still going to score some points, still got a good running game behind Amir Abdullah. But I like Michigan to bounce back. I've got Michigan winning this game 35-20. And then last game we want to talk about, again, is Wisconsin. They're welcoming in BYU. Gary Anderson thought he was getting away from BYU when he came to Madison, but they followed him there. BYU and Wisconsin both like to establish a running attack. A little bit different, though. Wisconsin uses their tailbacks. BYU has kind of a dual type of approach with the quarterback, Taysom Hill, who gets about half the carries on his own. And, of course, Jamal Williams is the running back for BYU. They both split the carries. They're going to try and establish the run. I like the fact that Wisconsin's at home. Wisconsin has won by an average of 38 points at home, believe it or not. They're a totally different animal at home. Tough to beat. I like Wisconsin's ability. Got Chris Borland back. Looks like Jared Abbrederis is also going to play. He's healthy. Wisconsin, I like to be able to move the ball against the BYU defense. I also like them to hold down a one-dimensional BYU squad on the offensive side of the ball for BYU. I like Wisconsin to win this one pretty big in this game. I've got them winning 35-20. And that's a wrap for today for this week's games. Catch me next week on Friday, and we'll go through the Big Ten's games again. Talk to you then. Again, I'm Phil Harrison with Campus Insiders.